Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Museum aims at highlighting the rich history of department and service of nation. This very first one of its kind museum houses in a very firmly rooted heritage building in the heart of capital city, which is pride and priceless inheritance from Portuguese in Goa. I would like to introduce our today's expert guest, lecturer, Mr. Noah Fernandez. Mr. Noah, a conservation architect from Goa, has keen interest in studying historic cultural landscape. He graduated from Goa College of Architecture and completed his Masters in Architectural Conservation from School of Planning and Architecture in New Delhi. His master's thesis project focused on study and documentation of the cultural landscape along the river Mandvi. He is currently working as assistant professor at the Goa College of Architecture. Welcome, Noah.
Thank you, Nisha. It's a pleasure to be here. And I sincerely thank Sri Navraj Goyal, Commissioner of Customs in Goa, and Sri Rajan, IRS Principal Commissioner, CGST Goa, Dr. Nitin Kumar, IRS Assistant Commissioner of CGST Goa, for giving me this opportunity to share my passion for heritage. Well, I was reminded today that it's Valentine's Day and everyone has plans. So I hope to make it very quick because I think I hope to kind of share that my love for heritage, and I hope that I think within this short time that will suffice. So maybe and then Anusha kind of approached me to talk about this building, and I looked at this building, kind of resonated that we have so much heritage around us that we actually kind of miss out on. You look at a lot of buildings and they are like we see them all the time. We don't really know what they have witnessed. Okay, and the way I look at this presentation is I see this building has witnessed Goa's maritime history. Okay, so it has witnessed to various phases and in various forms also. Not just not this building per se, but the building as a typology, as an entity, as it moved across old Goa to Panjim and News. So this building is witness to Goa's maritime history. So you can see that a lot of earlier civilizations sprung up along the banks of rivers, and rivers are facilitators of human interchange, and trade is among the essential practices which led to human growth through exchange of goods. Okay. So a custom house is an essential part of this trade mechanism. So you can see that trade is this whole idea of exchange and interchange that happens, and that has helped us grow through ages. And you can see a building like the customs buildings have witnessed and participated in this sort of interchange. So just to kind of give you a gist of where we are, we are in Panjim. Panjim is along the river Mandvi, and the river Mandvi is a tidal river. It flows from the Arabian Sea to the east and to about 20 kilometers where it is called the Mandvi. Up until then, later it's called the Madi. The Madi is actually the river that flows from the western Ghats. They meet at this estuary, which is kind of a brackish water saline ecosystem. So so this is in short the natural setting. Okay, and this setting is really important to understand. And without this setting, we wouldn't really have had ships really going right deep into the estuary to almost to Old Goa, which is around 10 kilometers inland, and that only happens because we have a tidal action happening in this river. The tidal action allows for ships of really large size to really islands also that are formed, and this all the settings for this heritage that we have. This is the map, simple map. Now you can see here, this is the entrance to the Agua Bay. You can see the scale of the bay. You generally tend to like not understand this because we are not really in contact with, we don't really see this very often. But you can see, imagine the size of the barge there. Imagine this being a really important like a highway for ships coming in the 15th, 16th century. Now coming to the pre-Portuguese phase, you see that the Mandovi was actually witness to also like about 1600 years ago. It was witness to a Greek ship that came in with Buddhist monks on board and set up Dutch penguin and sank there. This is according to Harish Srivastava, who says that the evidence is a Roman mooring stone at Santines tells us that this Roman trade voyage touched Panjim. So Panjim was on this, the trade routes, and which was almost going to the Greek period. Then, during the Abhishai route, which was the late 16th century, sorry, 15th century, you have the customs house was along the river Mandavi, which was in Abhishai, and it was called Mandavi or Mandovi, which subsequently the river was also named after this customs house. So it kind of gives us an indication that this river was actively trading with the Middle East and inland trade as well. So you can see here in the pre-Portuguese period, this is the history. You can see that you had the Adilshah Palace, which today is we see here is there, and then you have the customs house would have been somewhere along the river in Panjim, and then you have the fort is Resh Magus Fort, which back in the day was a garrison structure, which of course was later on was upgraded by the Portuguese, and then you have other forts which are Ribanda, and then Ella was established by the Shahis, and that became a very important port where they were trading these Arab forces and all were being traded, and it was quite important. You see this the Resh Magus Fort today, and how strategically it looks onto the river, and would have been a former Bahmanian outpost which was upgraded. This is the Adilshah Palace. Now all these pictures are from the river because that is how maritime heritage needs to be appreciated. Okay. Now coming to the 16th century, where the 1510 the Portuguese come into Goa and they take over the city of Ella from the Bahamanis, and you see that there is a port at Old Goa which is established. So in the 16th century, Siddhartha Goa emerged as an international port city of the Portuguese Empire in the east. Trade and commerce boomed with structures such as administrative buildings, governors' palaces, a marketplace, and a customs house were installed. You can see here, this is the view from the river looking at Old Goa. You can imagine the kind of scale at which the buildings of the city was. It was really a very important center during the 16th century. It was world renowned, the city of Old Goa. So as a capital of Portuguese Empire of the Indies extended its administration from east coast of Africa to East Asia, its port involved immense trade with many ports of East Africa and Brazil. So the port of Old Goa was